going to tile this area. This is where the log burner's going to go. We've made a nice little plinth for it. It's about 6 inches high off the floor. We've put fireboard on the sides and on the floor of it and on the back of it, and we're now going to tile it. I'll get back to you when we've done it.
This piece of furniture here, Graham, what are you calling it? Are we calling it the commode? Your coffee table?
Oh, do you mean the bench? I don't know.
Well, anyhow. So this is where the toilet, is it an emergency toilet only? Is it?
Yeah, it's just for emergencies. For
emergencies. I'll clarify that it is for emergencies only, because I'm quite sure I wouldn't like to sleep with a pot of you know what next to me. Oh dear. So anyhow, we had some worktop left over here, so we've utilised it and we've made him a little table next to his, which will be sofa. Cushions are coming on Saturday, thank God for that, because all he's done is whinge for weeks about his cushions, and they're finally arriving on Saturday, so that's great. So anyhow, we built this for him. So oh, and look at this, I covered it. I got a really big sample of wallpaper from I think that was B&M actually, so that cost me naught to cover that. Bit crafty, but hey ho, needs must sometimes. So there you go, front comes off, and there's his loo. And then on this side, he has got a good bit of cupboard space in there. There you go. I fixed the front of this. This doesn't come off, but that serves a purpose. Nice little bit of furniture, that actually, quite like that. So there you go. That's where the loo is. Well disguised.
So we've got the cooker, and basically I've been asked by somebody if I would show them how to change the jets. Now we see the little jet in there. I'm trying to get the light on it because it's not very light in here today. That's what we need to change, just that jet. And that's because this is a household cooker, so it has a different jet to an LPG cooker. But when you buy these cookers, they do actually send the jets with them. So it's a simple thing, just a 6mm socket, goes onto there, and you just remove the jet out of it. You will need one of these little socket sets to do this on an extension. And there you can see it's just the jet, that's it, it's out. And you're swapping this one out, this little jet here, you're swapping that one out for this one, which is an LPG one, and that'll do exactly the same. You just put it back in. I think to remember when changing these jets, I don't know if you can see that I'm trying everything I can to get it into focus, but each one of these jets will have a number on. I think this is 0.7 something, I could be wrong because I can't see it at the moment, but they all have a different number for the size of ring you're taking out. Now the numbers on the LPG are all different to the numbers on the natural gas ring. So the best advice I can offer is to put the smallest jet into the smallest ring, and the largest obviously into the largest, and that's what we've done on this cooker. And we've got two jets the same number, which are going into the two back rings. So that's what we've done. We'll fire it up in a minute and we'll let you know if that was the right decision. It obviously is. I mean, you're putting the smallest jet in the smallest ring, the largest jet in the largest ring. So I'll let you know if I'm still here and don't get blown up. So there we have it. We've successfully changed all the jets. I'll have to hold it because I haven't got the electricity on there yet. But you can see now that it's a bit hard holding the camera and lighting that. And that's what you're looking for, a nice blue flame level. And they're all working now. And that's what you're looking for, that nice blue purpley flame. So that's it, pretty simple. Just have to remember the numbers on the jets correspond to the size of the ring, and make sure you get the ones in the right order. I don't recommend doing this yourself, by the way. I can't, because if you get it wrong and blow up, then you could blame me, but it's up to you whether you do it yourself or not. I would get a qualified gasfitter to do it just for safety reasons. But there you go, ours is all done. Job's a good one. Just cut the hole out for the fire chimney, that's going in next. The fire will be put in place. We've now got this all tiled behind here. I think I showed you that last night. And along the front, we've got it panelled along the front so it matches in nicely with everything else. This will be painted on top with heat-proof paint. And this is where the chimney's going to go. John's just going to cut it out now, so I'm not going to put you through the pain of listening to that. I'll get back to you when it's done. So that's the fireplace in. We've now put the chimney through the roof. Goes all the way through. Smoke goes outside, but they won't let me light it. Bit dark actually. I'll show you that again. There is some more paint to go on there. That's just we've run out. So get some more paint for then, and that'll top that up nicely.
Oh, look, it's Graham working. What are you doing, Graham? What are you doing?
I won't be putting that in, so don't worry.
What, yeah?
No.
Why?
Putting salt in it.
Oh, come on. We're friends. We insult each other. We've done nothing but insult each other for 2 months nearly. Well, anyhow, as you can see, all the cab has been finished. It's all carpeted. Put a nice trim here from the front of the cab where it joins up to the floor in the back. That's looking really nice and neat and tidy. Pretty pleased with that. It's looking lovely. So now if you look around, you notice that the door cards are missing and the engine cover, and here's the delightful blue that we are eventually going to get rid of. So now bear with me while I take you on a little journey around the back. Cut all those offcuts as firewood. So go down. Ignore the garage, it's dreadful in there. So we'll go down my back. That way. It's Jimmy, hi Jimmy. Okay, so these are all the door cards and the engine cover that's come off. Now, these were a very unsightly blue. I can turn this one over for you. This is what they looked like. Don't know whose plate that is. Anyhow, it was dreadful, absolutely dreadful. And these are not in the best condition. When we was taking them off, we didn't crack them, obviously, because we was really careful. But unfortunately, there are some cracks on them. So I've just put some Gorilla Tape at the back, just to stop them splitting anymore. If we had the time, I would faff around and I would fill all these cracks in and rebuild them up. But now we're on a bit of a deadline. So what I've done with these cards is I have painted them. Now, I don't know whether I have made a mistake or not, but when we look at them, they are a hell of a lot better than what they were in. And what I have used is French Chic Al Fresco. Now I've never used this paint before, but I've heard some good reviews and I've heard some bad reviews. But I thought I'll give it a go because anything's better than what they was like before. So what I did with them all is I got my cream cleaner and I thoroughly cleaned them all. Got all the grease off, all the marks off, and then I rinsed them down with clean water. And then what I did is I gave them a really light sanding down so that the paint would have a nice key. Now these have been painted 3 times. So the first coat they had was over a week ago now. And then 2 hours later I gave them a second coat. And then I left them for 2 days and gave them a third coat. Now, they do say that this paint takes 2 weeks to cure. This is why they're sat in my conservatory now and are not back on the van. But, as you can see, the finish is quite extraordinary actually. It's really nice, really, really nice. Quite pleased with them and we're quite shocked. It is a self-leveling paint. Now I did buy the French Chic brush to do with these. I mean that cost me £10 and I must say it's not one of the best brushes I've ever used. I expected a better performer than that. There's nothing worse than when you're painting and there's bristles flaring out. So anyhow, with a self-leveling paint you don't get no streaks, and it just, you can, I don't know if you can see it, but you've still got the grain, the vinyl grain.
So that's the fireplace in. We've now put the chimney through the roof. Goes all the way through. They won't let me light it. Bit dark actually. I'll show you that again. There is some more paint to go on there. That's just we've run out. So get some more paint put in and that'll top that up nicely. And that's it for this video. Thank you for joining me. Next week will be the official van tour and the finish of the van. Until then, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, take care, and I'll see you next week for a very special final video on the van build. Take care.